How often do we as human beings take for granted all of the essentials that forests give us? Oxygen for breathing, food for nourishing, wood for living in, medications for healing, books for learning, and much more are all daily necessities that we would not have accessibility to if it weren't for our foliage. Deforestation is a huge environmental issue in our world today that we must combat with the help and voice of all people. Now, why is it such a big problem? Well, every year, 46 to 58,000 square miles of forest are lost. This amounts to 48 football fields of forest being cleared per minute. This deforestation occurs anywhere from local American forests to the exotic Amazon rainforest. Deforestation hurts both human needs and nature's biodiversity. Forests supply 8 of 10 known land-based plant and animal species in our world. With the clearing of so many forests, these species will have nowhere to live. 17% of biodiversity has already been lost in the last 50 years. The nests of bald eagles and sanctuaries of bears depend on our countering deforestation. Furthermore, deforestation contributes majorly to climate change, as 15% of all greenhouse gas emissions result from deforestation. Trees balance water between the land and the atmosphere, so when these trees are removed on a mass scale, precipitation and river flow also change rapidly. Another main problem resulting from deforestation is soil erosion. Since trees usually anchor soil into place, a loss of trees causes soil to erode, making the land unusable for agriculture. Then, the agriculture is moved to another location where trees have been cleared out, and thus the process repeats. What are the causes? Who are the biggest culprits in the death of millions of trees? The palm oil industry, logging corporations, the fashion industry, and you. It is important to know what actions cause deforestation so that we can make a change to preserve our forests. Deforestation occurs due to fires, clear cutting for crop yield, ranching, timber logging, and the degradation of species due to climate change. When a forest fire occurs, the ecosystem structure alters, leaving it open to invasive species. These species can then threaten biodiversity of the region and alter water cycles and soil infertility. Invasive species can also hurt humans by destroying their resources. One example of a recent and devastating wildfire was in November of 2016 in Gatlinburg. This wildfire killed 14 people and injured over 100. The wildlife spread so aggressively due to climate conditions. Aggressive wind patterns and the drought that had been existent in the southeast of America helped the fire to spread. Both wind and drought conditions can be caused by climate change. Another cause for deforestation is the clearing of trees to harvest palm oil plantations. Palm oil is present in about half of the packaged foods you see in the grocery store. For example, cookies, chips, and crackers usually all contain palm oil. Palm oil production has skyrocketed in recent years because it offers a replacement to unhealthy trans fats. However, palm oil plantations end up removing a good chunk of our forests and increase carbon emissions at the same time. The fashion industry also plays a big role in deforestation, as clothing fabrics such as rayon and modal are made from trees. Over 120 million trees are cut down each year to make clothing. Illegal logging especially threatens certain areas such as the Amazon, Congo Basin, Indonesia, and the Russian Far East. The import and export of this wood spreads the problem of deforestation around the world. Now, what are the solutions? Many different environmental agencies support the combat of deforestation, including those such as World Wildlife, Rainforest Action Network, and Global Witness. World Wildlife works with government agencies, big companies, and stakeholders to promote sustainable means of forest management, protect forested areas, and combat some of the procedures such as illegal logging. Rainforest Action Network works to combat the palm oil industry specifically by meeting with corporate officials and pressuring companies to reduce their use of palm oil. The Snack Food 20 is a group of corporations who use palm oil. Such corporations include General Mills, Kraft, Nestle, and Campbell's. The change that the Rainforest Action Network wants to encourage from the Snack Food 20 is to encourage only responsible use of palm oil produced without the destruction of rainforests and peatlands. Rainforest Action Network is also combating the fashion industry to remove deforestation from their clothing production. They have already convinced many companies to make environmentally friendly policies. Those companies include Ralph Lauren, Victoria's Secret, and Abercrombie and Fitch. Global Witness is playing their part by encouraging forests to be left alone as they encourage development of industries without further destruction of our world's forests. Many actions are being done to improve the cause of deforestation, and you can join in on them.